to hell. We're commonwealth for common people. Through community, Mike Martin's you and me. So our enemies, through knowledge we rebel. Common people, commonwealth for common people. Commonwealth for common people. Commonwealth for common people. Darker mountains rose in the distance when we were expecting white and pearly gates. With Mike, we tell our stories, share our trades, and housing, and stocks, and all the things that we all make. Through his show we crescendo symphonies instead of war and wave. Common people, commonwealth, common people, commonwealth, common people, commonwealth.
I bid you all good morning, good evening, and good night, wherever you be watching this transmission. Welcome to Commonwealth for Common People. I am your host, Mike Martins, and I want to thank everyone that's been part of the channel, helping this channel grow. Channel ain't going nowhere, but that's okay. That's okay. Received an email from a high-ranking YouTuber with close to almost 250,000 subscribers telling me that they've been so heavily throttled that they haven't received a subscriber in about 10 months now. And I'm like, hey, welcome to the gang, right? So I want to thank everyone for being part of this small community we have here. And it's so good that we're here together and we're discussing. And I spoke to a Wall Street broker the other day, and he was telling me for some reason, every time you talk about stocks on your show, 3 weeks later or 2 weeks later, it's either on the news or other channels start picking it up later down the road, which is kind of good. And I do want to thank everybody for their stock tips. I got a stock tip the other day from somebody in the chat, actually, and I actually acted on it, and I ain't crying. I ain't crying at all because it's doing really well. So I want to thank everybody. So tonight we're going to, again, talk about housing affordability, what's happening in the markets across the board. And again, I just want to thank everybody. Big heartfelt hug to everybody, and thank you for the support. It means a lot to me that you guys are out there and giving your input, because input is what drives action. Action drives towards wealth, right? Production. You put in 100%. My sensei used to say this all the time. You put in 100%, you always get back 100%. And that works with everything. All right, guys, let's go to article scan here really quick. Thanks, everybody, for joining. All right, guys, here it is right here. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Guys, we got Tony from God Rules coming on the channel this Saturday. He's going to be talking about the power outages in his neck of the woods. Don't forget to set your reminders to Mike in the Night. God Rules is coming back to make an appearance here. Also, guys, don't forget to follow me on Instagram, and you could send me your show tips here. Mike Martins Official. Just go ahead and send me your show tips here. It means a lot that you send me your stuff. Lenny Pooh sent me a pile of stuff, so I'm going to be reading most of it on the weekend on Mike in the Night. Also, guys, don't forget to follow me on Facebook. Okay. Paste that. And also, guys, don't forget to buy something on Teespring if you want to pick up all kinds of cool stuff all right here. And don't forget to check out our friend Art by Dano. Dano's our man here. He's been on the show many times, and he sent me a lot of great artwork. He's working on some Star Wars stuff, so hopefully he can get that done soon and put it on his store. Artbydano.net. Affordable. All pricing available. And today we're going to have a very special guest on. Beat the Market Stock Picks. I'm going to give you guys the website here. I want you guys to go over there, and I want you guys to please subscribe to his page and to his newsletter, because this man right here has made a lot of money in the last 8 months. Okay, he's done really well for himself. I know this gentleman, we'll call him CJ, personally. I know him on a personal level. I know who he is. And he's always coming by the shop, giving me stock tips and everything. And he writes articles. He writes articles about upcoming companies, what to look for in what companies, and that's what we try to do here. We try to be on first. We try to be on third base by the time everyone gets on first, so we could get the information out to you guys way earlier, right? So we try to be on third when everyone's on first. That's what we try to do here on Commonwealth for Common Folks. All right, we got our show buzzer. Wrong one. I brought out the old Price is Right buzzer. I haven't put that on in almost 2.5 years. I was looking at an old video from like 2.5, 3 years ago where I was using that, and everyone was cracking up in the comments. So we got the old Price is Right buzzer there. We got the comments rolling, guys. If you guys want to, be part of the comments and be part of the show and all that jazz, we got Tristan here. Green Tea, Freedom and Truth. Don't forget to subscribe to him. We got Nitin Phillip. We got Peter O'Brien in the house. He's saying that the bank in New Zealand is starting to require 40 points deposit for new builds, even from investors. Is that a sign that we are seeing the slowdown as new stock comes into the market? That's correct. What happens is when they require a higher deposit is because they are taking on more risk. So for them to take on less risk, it's harder for the average depositor to walk away with a 40% down deposit. So you put down 40 points. Let's say the house is $1 million. You put down 400 large. You're not going to walk away from 400 large, right? And the banks have the leverage or the liquidity in their vaults to kind of brace themselves for an upcoming crash. And I remember 2 years ago, I read an article that New Zealand was needing banks to put a 15% of what they have out there in their coffers because they had nothing in their coffers. They didn't have 1% in their vaults. So that was a big issue. We got Morgan Davies, one of our citizen journalists there in Phoenix, Arizona. We got Tig Nim. And we got, who else do we got here? We got Nitin Phillip, who's a citizen journalist for us from India, who sends us stories. We got Ralphie.co. I'm going to get to Ralphie.co right now. And guys, don't forget to check out music brought to you by Ralphie.co.New Zealand. I'll give you a link to his website. All right, channel plug is done. There we go. Woo! And that's it right there. So let's move on to different things here. Commonwealth for Common Folks. Let's go over housing, and we're gonna get our first guest on. He's gonna plug us with some tickers. He's gonna prepare a few tickers for us. And don't worry, in a couple of weeks you'll see it on every other channel talking about it. And that's what grinds everyone's gears about this channel. All right, let's find out what's happening in housing before we kick off any other market. Before we talk about oil, silver, and gold, or anything else. Let's move to article scan. Here it is, people. So, housing crash. Here's why it could happen this year. So, we've been forecasting on this channel for the last million years that we're going to see a correction. But little did I know of how much the government was involved with money laundering, all kinds of illegal activity, casinos, shadow flipping, shadow lending. If I did even 1% of what I just mentioned, I'd be sitting behind bars and a plane waiting for me to take me to Portugal. That's what happens in Canada when you misbehave. They ship you to Portugal. So I've been projecting, and you know what? We are so far out of whack in Canada, Australia, New Zealand, and the UK from wages. This huge gap. The gap is enormous. The gap between wages, high average wages, like high wages, to what the cost of buying something is just so out of whack. It makes no sense. So let's move on here. Okay, so here's the article here. The Canadian housing market defied all odds and expectations as it rallied to all-time highs, despite the economic fallout from COVID. Hold on, COVID. The rallying housing market has always done well for well over a decade. Yeah, since the 2010 Olympics, they're correct. That's when Vancouver opened the world. Growing faster than most housing segments in real estate markets worldwide. That's why Canadians are forced into homelessness. Woo! Yeah, but this is so good if you're a homeowner. But in 2-3 a generation from now, they're going to be homeless already. They're already losing 3-0. They're entering the soccer match. They're putting on their cleats. And they're already losing 3-0. Already losing 3-0. Oh, yeah. Morgan Davies in the comments is here to give us an update, saying the Texas Electric Commission is warning of power outages that could last up to a month. That might be a strain of power for other parts of the country to help out the storm. Wow, someone's saying it's minus 20 degrees. Holy crap. Here it's like mild. I don't even know why it's so cold in those parts. You know, the further south you go, you think the further... Anyways, let's get back to the article here. Woo! Okay, the higher... So here it is. This is what they're saying. These are the 3 factors. We'll get to the point. Mortgage deferrals expired in the fall of 2020, and Canadians will gradually run out of stimulus money. However, homeowners might prefer selling their real estate investment instead of defaulting on their loans. So you're going to see an oversupply on the market. It's saying it right there. Experts from several institutions like Canada Mortgage and Housing Corporation, CMHC, are predicting a significant price correction due to inflated home values. Okay, let me just open this so all you guys can see this here. And number 3, there is a lower number of listings on the market right now. If the number of listings go up to regular levels and demand does not increase to match, homeowners are in need of immediate money, might be forced to sell real estate investments for lower prices. So this is going to happen where people will be selling their investments for less than what they bought them for because housing became an investment in Canada, not an asset. So there it is. All right, guys. Woo! Hope everyone's having a good one out there. Let's go over to our next article here. So I got this here for you guys. This is courtesy to Bubba Ray, who's in Austin, Texas. Right now, sent me this. At least 30 dead, several million without power in the United States of America after extreme weather. So another expected blast of ice and snow is threatening to sow more chaos in Texas and Arkansas. Wow. Utility crews raced Wednesday to restore power to nearly 3.4 million customers around the United States who were still without electricity or heat in the aftermath of the deadly winter storm, and another blast of ice and snow threatened to sow more chaos. So we got an issue here, guys, because if Donald Trump's not in office, well, they can still blame his administration for this, can't they? I mean, I'm just trying to spin away how the View... The View? That show, The View? I don't even know if anyone watches that anymore, but how they're going to spin this as Donald Trump's issue. I'm gonna actually keep my ear to the ground to find out how it's his fault. And Texas struggling to stay warm in homes, warned they might not see power for a few days. Now let's move on to Australia. Now, you guys remember that article I did for you guys that Australians... I made a video. I wasn't reading an article. I made a video to get out of Sydney 7 years ago. It's on my channel. You could find it. Well, Sydney exodus drives regional property prices up and locals out of the market. So let me explain something to you guys. When I was living in Vancouver, I kept going to see open houses, and the starting price on everything was about $1.6 million. And then the price basically would get bid up to about 2.4 million. And then we get all these people commenting, oh, poor white boy needs to move to America. Poor white boy can't afford in Vancouver. So I got a lot of that. But you know what? I'm very grateful I never bought anything in Vancouver. I'm very grateful I sold off my business and did everything that I did. Yeah, Grindhouse Cartoon is saying, in respect to the whole thing in Texas, they better fire up those green energy wind turbines. So here it is. Here it is. Oh, hold on. Woo! All right. Let's go back to the article scan here. So Sydney exodus drives regional property prices. So what happened when I moved here to Merritt? It's the same thing. A lot of the locals are very upset that we're moving in, and instead of being upset at us, I think they should honestly, wholeheartedly be upset at the government regulations, at what governments are allowing to do, right? They're deporting a ton of Portuguese. Don't worry about that. They're deporting people. But they're bringing in more people with deep pockets. And again, Canada is not the only country on the hook, and neither is Australia, neither is New Zealand, and neither is the UK and California and the blue states. They're all in on this. All the blue states are in. Bring in money, park it in our states or our countries. Buy out the locals. We don't care, and that's been happening forever, guys. We have a very small viewer count tonight. Can you guys go down to the bottom of this stream and just share it live right now? Unfortunately, my channel's been so shut down and so covert. I don't think YouTube understands that their infrastructure will not be funded properly if they start cutting off the wrong channels, because no one's going to tune in for mainstream media. Nobody. The second they cut me off YouTube, I'm just not going to go. I'm just going to take all YouTube off, and I'm going to cancel my subscriptions that I have for me and my family so we can watch commercial free right away. And they won't function without conservative people sending super chat, all that stuff, right? So they take a percentage of all that, right? No one's going to tune in to YouTube to watch mainstream media. It's just not going to work for them. All right, let's go back to article scan. So here it is, guys. I kind of wanted to throw that out there. So here it is. January median regional prices. So these are outside of Sydney. In Burrado is $1.7 million. Byron Bay is $1.5 million. Coladale is $1.5 million. Suffolk Park is $1.4 million. Austin Meyer is $1.4 million. Casuarina is $1.3 million. Kangaroo Valley is $1.3 million. Exeter, $1.2 million. And Bungalow, $1.2 million. And Thurl is $1.2 million for this thing. $1.2 million for that. So there it is right there. Rental squeeze. Rental Estate Institute of New South Wales Chief Executive Tim said that it was only regional close to Sydney, such as Southern Highland and Uluru and the Central Coast, that are experiencing growth. So everywhere outside is experiencing growth outside of Sydney, and people are getting frustrated because property prices are pricing out the locals in the market, and that's what's happening in my neck of the woods here. All right, so this USA Today reporting, we are trapped in another housing bubble. A rapid rise in home prices has some experts worried. Home prices are rising coast to coast and are outstripping wages and rents. Now, guys, remember, and I'm going to keep bringing this up so that we can make this very clear here. The video is up for you guys to watch. Amerifornia is coming to America. Now that the new president-select is in power, hold on, let me give him a little chime here. Oh, yeah, I love it. So, but anyways, now that the new president-select is in power, fair enough. Amerifornia will be coming across America. And basically, I said in a video, the second that they stated that he won, I made a video that day. You could actually see the video from that day that I said Amerifornia is coming. Housing is going to go 40% in some areas up to 100% up. And watch what's going to happen. My dad used to say in Portuguese, faz conta que não diz nada. Faz conta que não diz nada. My dad used to say that in Portuguese. That means just pretend I said nothing to you. Just pretend. Yeah, go ahead. We'll see. So we got Market Education in the house. We got Daniel in the house. We got Lenny Poo in the house. We got people starting to roll into the comments. Wade the Scrapper. Yep. So there it is there. So we are trapped in another housing bubble. So there it is right there. I kind of want to open this up for you guys because it's very important if you're living in Amerifornia. So there it is. Idaho leads home prices increase. So there's Wisconsin. There's Michigan, Minnesota, Montana. All of this is going to turn into Amerifornia. All of these states are going to become severely unaffordable. And I know you guys remember when I would put up those, I would go on Zillow and show you houses in Miami for $200,000, 4 bedrooms with a pool back in the day. Now that's all disappearing right now. So Alabama right now is up 8.16%. Its average median benchmark price for a home, this is not condos, is $156,000. And for this to realistically be $300,000 a home, I would not be surprised. Georgia, 7.34%, sitting at 218 large. Florida is up 7.1% at 264,000. These prices are a walk in the park for people living in Toronto, because in Toronto everything starts at these ridiculous. So these are homes, guys. These are not condos. These are homes. Maine is at 269. Look at states like this. Look at New York. Wow, 6.2% at 343. That's the benchmark. You go into New York City, everything's $1 million+ bucks. Look at California, up 9%, 609,000. Again, they're factoring in the cheaper homes, out of the valley, way out in the desert, right? Wow, look at Washington, 458, up 12.1%. Texas is still affordable, up 5.9%, but Texas will convert itself to Texifornia, and Oklafornia. Then you'll have Kansafornia. Then you'll have Nebraskafornia. Then you got South Dafornia. Then you got North Dafornia. And all these places, I got Florifornia. And all these places will be turning into California, basically, now with the new president-elect, and that's what they were. So, wow, here it is, guys. Here it is. Wow, thank God I brought this article up. Here is your home price index to income index. So you see how housing's taken off? Right now in Canada, this home price is all the way up here into the 1-point-something millions, and incomes are down here. And that's what's happened to Canada. That's why they got to get more rich immigrants to come in. Home price index, rent index, right there. Now look at this, and look at the rentals. So rentals are keeping up pace with the price of housing. So what's going to happen is rentals will get expensive. I like when people message me and say, "Oh, Mike, I'm renting, Mike. Well, it's not going to affect me. I can move anywhere I want." In America, yes, you're kind of lucky. Texas has more major cities than all of Canada and Australia put together. Unfortunately, we don't have that here in Canada, in California. We don't have that here in California. We don't. We just don't have it here. We get bought out of one city. We either have to go 5 hours away to God knows where, and then there's no jobs. At least you guys, I'm going to move to Cheyenne. I'm going to move to Reno. It's smaller. I'm going to move to Tampa. I'm going to move to Jacksonville. You guys have all the cities in the world. We got nothing. We get bought out of a city. We got to go way out. And then the locals start hating on us. All right. So Morgan's saying, I'm looking at Jackson, Wyoming now. Okay. So Linny Pooh saying, my daughter and her husband just bought a home in Toronto. Woo! They have a mortgage rate of 0.99%. Yeah, that's a new mortgage rate that was introduced, guys. Mitch Madden saying, I once went on a deer hunt way up 11,000 feet elevation above Craig, Colorado. 1 week camping, 5 degrees in snow and frozen. No thanks. Okay. So people, comments are flowing, guys. Don't forget to come on the show nice and early, even half an hour before Mike in the Night kicks off. The comments usually have 27, 30 people talking. I'm really sad that we've got 70 people watching tonight. Oh, look here. Maybe this might boost our ratings. Maybe that might boost our ratings there. But yeah, let's move it on. Let's move on. Oh, guys, here, I want to show you a house. Sydney, Australia. Sydney suburbs where properties are selling fast. See this house right there? It's missing most of the floor, and it doesn't have a front or back door. 840 grand. Right there. There it is. There it is right there. There's another one right here. What did this thing sell for? $2 million? Wow. I can't believe how expensive it is in Australia. But Australia, again, they're on the hook for wealthy investors. Australia's on the way. $7 million. That's $7 million right there. Yeah, $7 million. Yeah, I'm going to buy that for $7 million. So, yeah. All right, let's get into some stock tips, stock discussions, stocks, and find out what is going on. We're going to get our caller in the show. So we're going to look at some of the stocks we chose here on the show, what we've been discussing. So I did get out of Sundial. I hope if you followed us on Sundial, you got out and bought at like 50 cents when we told you to buy. We're still in Tellurium. I'm still holding Tellurium. I'm still holding Rolls-Royce. What else do we have here? So we're going to get Buddy to come on. I'm just trying to see if there's any other stocks we previously viewed on here. And Tilray. I got out of Tilray real quick in a heartbeat. That one day when it shot up. I did not hold the bag on that one. D-Man, is that US dollars or Aussie? No, Australian dollars. So 1.4 million would be like 1 million American. That would be like 1 million American. Okay, let's get our guest on the show. He just installed Skype today. He's very nervous. So we'll get CJ on the show. I'm going to plug his page. And this guy's made a lot of cash. Lots of cash. So let's see what he has to say. Let's get CJ on the show. Well, it says it's ringing. Let's see if he picks up. His Skype probably turned off. D-Man's in the house. Hey, CJ, is that you?
Hey, Mike, how's it going?
It's going. Welcome to Commonwealth for Common Folks.
Commonwealth for Common Folks.
Yes.
Hello tonight.
Well, thanks for coming. Guys, I'm going to plug his website. Make sure you sign up for his stories. And yeah, I'm going to plug that for you. I've been plugging it all night. Have you been watching any of the show?
I just been doing some work on one of the companies, Victory Square Technologies. So actually, no, I haven't been.
That's okay. We were talking about housing, and if you saw what $1.4 million Australian buys you in Australia, you'd be kind of like, what? So that's what I'm thinking. A lot of people are going to start moving to the markets now, because if you want to invest or even take a risk, I think buying in this housing market is a major risk too. That's just my opinion, right? But
yeah, well, the housing market, it's supposed to keep you up with inflation, so it's a good way to keep your wealth if you have it. But if you want to create wealth, it's not the greatest wealth generator unless you have a whole bunch of down payments and can buy houses and get mortgages and rent them out or something like that. And that's pretty, the way I like to generate wealth is through the stock market and buying undervalued high growth opportunities.
And I know you personally. Let everybody know that we know each other personally, and we have traded stock tips over the last 8 months to a year.
Oh yeah, we have. Yeah, you gave me Sundial. That was a really good one.
Tilray was okay, and I think I gave you that broken golf cart company too, and that one did okay. And Naked did okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of those stocks did pretty well. I bought some more Sundial today, so don't get mad. It's at 172 right now, so I picked up quite a bit of Sundial today.
Yeah, that's a pretty good price to pick it up. I always find, if a stock closes at a 70-cent mark, it usually is positive and going to be green. If it closes below that 70-cent mark, it's probably going to go lower. And that's something I've noticed over, 15 years of trading stocks.
Right. So here it is, Sundial at
170. So it's because it's $1.70, I think it's probably going higher. It's probably going to go back over $2 tomorrow for sure.
Well, it's up 7 cents after hours right now, up 4.07 cents right now after hours. And the average volume is 566 million. And the market cap is 2.59 billion. So I think this is a very I just believe that there's a lot more capacity and a lot of upside on this stock.
There is, especially it's a U.S. play, and there's not a lot of U.S. wheat stocks out there, and it is, and it's a legalization in the U.S. is what's trending now. So I think it's going to do really well. I think why it was down a lot is because they did that recent financing, and shareholders are worried about dilution because I think they have almost over $1 billion worth of financings they got approved for. So that kind of put a little bit of a downside on that stock. Mm-hmm. But it's going to be a really good long-term performer for sure. Yeah, I really like Sundial.
Definitely have my hand in the pot in that one, in the honey pot. And I picked up more today, and I don't feel guilty picking this up. I just have a good feeling about this stock. All right, so before you go to the Cowabunga stock, I want you to maybe introduce a few other stocks, because there's this Cowabunga stock that's gnarly and right off, like really, like you believe it's going to take off to a lot of potatoes.
Oh man, yeah, of course. I got a 10xer for you. This is guaranteed a 10x.
Okay, hold on, not yet.
I guess we'll save that one for last.
Save it for last. So before we kick that off, I just want to go over right now what the markets are sitting at, so people know. Australian market closes in 2 hours and 32 minutes. The All Ords is up 4.5 cents at 7,163. The ASX is up 7.6 at 6,892. The Australian to US dollar is at 77 cents. Oil right now is at 61.86, up 72 pennies. Gold is up $6, trending at 1,778. Bitcoin is 67,000 Australian. Don't ask me what that is. And it's up 3,300. And the NASDAQ closed today 74 points below at 13,699. And what else do we got here? The FTSE over in the UK is at 6,710, down 37.96. The Dow Jones closed 90.27 points at 31,613. And the Nikkei 225 open right now and trending right now, up 31 points at 30,324. And the Hang Seng in Hong Kong is down 160, sitting at 30,924. Okay, give us your first ticker and let's take a look at it.
Okay, my first ticker. We're going to go with Victory Square Technologies. And this company is a technology incubator, and it's basically what I focus on, and my overall theme is I like to buy stocks that have disruptive type technology.
What's the ticker?
That's why I like Bitcoin.
What's the ticker?
Why I've heavily invested into the psychedelics that are starting to come up. Electric vehicles I love. So anything 3D printing, anything that is disruptive, I want to be at the center at, because I think that's where the most wealth is being generated these days. Resources are a lot of fun, but they're very cyclical, and then they're good for maybe 2 or 3x. Maybe if you get a discovery, it's a 10x. But if you get hold of some disruptive stocks, it's gonna make you a millionaire for sure.
Yeah.
So, and Victory Square Technology is an incubator. They got, I think, portfolio of 22 or 23 companies. They just did a stock dividend in the fall with Fans Unite, which is a betting company, an online betting company in the U.S. And they that stock has gone from 10 cents to $1.50 today. I think Fans is. It was up a lot today too. It's trading at an all-time high. And Victory Square Technologies, just with that, I think they own about 14,000 shares of Fans now. Mm-hmm. And so if you do a rough evaluation, that's about $20 million worth of that company they own. And the market cap of Victory Square Technologies is about 55 million market cap. So just in that one company that they rolled out, it's they've done that. And it's amazing. This company has in the first 9 months of 2020, they posted 19 cents a share net income, which is pretty good for a penny stock.
That's actually pretty strong. Now, hold on. So let me give everybody a little intro on here. So Victory Square Technologies Inc. is vst.cn. and
CA,
it's trading
yeah,
in currency,
CA,
a Canadian currency. And Victory Square Technologies Inc. is a private equity and venture capital firm specializing in incubation, acquisition, and invests in startups and provides the senior leadership and resources needed to growth through its portfolio companies. It focuses on technology and blockchain, machine learning, artificial intelligence, and virtual reality
augmentation.
yeah.
Yeah.
Reality,
They got
finance,
VR.
health, and real
Yeah, they
estate.
got every type of company you can imagine. They're actually into the psychedelics. They just signed a letter of intent. They have a whole bunch of Bitcoin assets that they lent out to. They did to Cloud9, and they got $10 million for. So yeah, these guys are amazing, dude. I can't believe that their market cap's only $50 million or $55 million. So like one day this company is gonna go. It's just unfortunate it's not Bitcoin or psychedelics, or maybe it would be freaking 10x by now. But that's just how it goes. But it's a great, it's got like they're creating so much value. They're actually doing another stock dividend. Like in March. They said they don't know the timing of it yet, but they announced it because they're just going back and forth with the Canadian National Stock Exchange and stuff. But once it's done, there's a company called Game On, and they have a TV app that you download, and it's just like sports betting, and you win prizes and everything, but you don't pay anything for. And they make a lot of money because they're teamed up with all the gambling, online gambling, and then they get paid for converting and things like that. But that company is actually really exciting, and they're going public in next month, so that should be
Well, keep
really
us on the pulse with
track
these up and coming
Victory.
companies, eh?
Yeah, they got a lot of them. Like they're like, how many companies do like 2 stock dividends in a year in a 12-month calendar period? So and they're making a ton of money. Eventually, so this company is definitely, like, of them all, like, should be worth like at least double where it is right now. For what the deals they're doing, and making 19 cents per share, and it's only 71 cents. They're trading at 4 times earnings. For a profitable tech company, are you kidding me? They're trading 4 times earnings. That's incredible value. So, anyways, that is Victory.
Next ticker. Give us a ticker number. Name.
The VST.ca or CN on the Canadian National Stock Exchange.
What's it called?
And,
VAT?
VST.
Oh, VST.
And yeah, that's a really good, that's my tech pick. Because I love disruptive stuff, and I'm at the center of all the stocks that are disruptive. So I have to have that one in there because they're the little public company that's doing it. That's, incubating all these little disruptive plays. So yeah, I really love it.
Next ticker.
That's a great company. And I'm always peeling off profits from my other trades and adding to that position because it hasn't gone anywhere yet. And so one of my philosophies is, you sell high, buy low. And so that stock's been in the same range for about 6 months now. So I consider that buying low. So, anywhere between, 60, 70, 80 cents is probably a good buy because eventually this is going to break out well over $1.
Well, I have a
Eventually
small
we're
position
getting
in
out.
it, and I'm kind of excited to see where this one goes. I'm very excited to see where this one goes. So it's definitely...
Yeah, I own 20,000 shares on it. So it's I'm happy. And I'm flat. I haven't made any money on it yet. So I'm waiting for it too. But
okay. Give us your next ticker.
So next, let's get you to one of the new up and coming investing themes that I just get a hold of, which is the psychedelics.
Okay.
And the psychedelics play, it's all on legalizing mushrooms and LSD and MDMA and all sorts of things. But bigger than that, aside from legalization, is the fact that there's companies are applying for FDA patents and going through trials with all these different chemicals for things like depression, anxiety, obesity, and even anorexia. It's kind of weird. They're both that you could use them both for. And yeah, where antidepressants have failed, this the psychedelics could be a niche type of therapy that could really do well. The first legal one is ketamine.
Give us
Which you can do legally now in the United States with a physician, and also in Canada, and recently in Health Canada announced that you could use psilocybin, which is the active ingredient for magic mushrooms, to be used for end of care therapy, and that list is just going to expand over time, and so yeah, psychedelics is the up and coming theme that I'm really looking hard at, and I've already got a list of 30 companies.
Well, give us a ticker. Give us a ticker to look at.
The ticker I want to show you today is Field Trip Health.
Give us a ticker.
FTRP.ca. It's on the CNSX again.
It's on the pink sheet.
It's a 330 market cap company, so it's actually not cheap. I wouldn't call it a penny stock. It's more like a small cap stock.
Wow,
now.
it's dropped quite a bit, substantially. Wow.
What are you talking about? It closed at, well, it dropped today.
818. Yeah, it's at 818. So and right now might be a good time to buy this thing.
Probably, I think so. Well, let me tell you, they got five psychedelic ketamine assisted clinics in the U.S. They've also are in the process of opening 3 more. So they're in Atlanta, New York, L.A., Chicago, and they got one in Toronto as well. And they opened up in San Diego, and there's two more. I can't remember where. Sorry. And when I was reading their management and discussion last night, I also noticed that they plan on doing at least 20 sites across the U.S. By the end of next year, or the end of March 2020, and their big analysis, and they have an expansion plan for at least 30. So they could do anywhere, by this time next year, they grow from 5 sites to 30. And each of these clinics, once fully up and operating, will probably do a couple million in revenue each year, at least. So, and then they also, and that's just one part of the business that they got. They also are creating synthetic psilocybin and that they have going through the FDA process. Mm-hmm. And the one thing about their synthetic psilocybin is it doesn't last as long. It only lasts half the time that the natural mushroom would. And they also just they just set up a big mushroom production facility in Jamaica, where it's legal to grow mushrooms.
Nice.
And yeah, they have another, and they also have a facility in the Netherlands too, where they're going to be selling truffles, where you're actually allowed to sell magic truffles. So they actually have quite a few irons in the fire here. It's not just the therapy sites, but that's actually really what attracted me to this company, is that they have an acquisition type of mind frame, and they're going to grow by acquisition, and they're going to use their market cap to acquire. And so that sounds like a really good growth plan for me anyways. I've seen that strategy executed quite a bit. Valiant was one that executed it for a long time and did it quite well. And so I feel, this company is probably emerging as the market leader in this space.
So, guys, the ticker is FTRP.cn, and it's Field Trip Health.
Field Trip Health.
Yep, and Field Trip Health engages in the development and delivery of psychedelic therapies. Its research division is involved in the development of psychedelic molecules and constructing research on plant-based psychedelics. The company also operates Field Trip Health clinics for psychedelic therapies in North America. Its technology division engages in building digital and technological tools to support psychedelic experiences and consciousness expansion. Field Trip Health Lot is headquartered in Toronto, Canada.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite ones in the psychedelic sector. And it's pretty much a relatively unknown. It doesn't trade too much, and it keeps going up. So that's definitely is it looks like a good recipe. So once it gets a little
I'm putting this on my watch list. I do not hold a position in this one as of yet, but I will put this on my watch list to see if it looks like it starts uptrending from 818. It might be a buy first thing in the morning for me.
Yeah, it's gone up a lot. So in the last couple of days, so it's kind of, and they just released their results yesterday, and they had a conference call today. So we'll see how the market reacts to it. But yeah, I actually own the warrants. There's some warrants as well, and they're trading in the money. The exercise price is $5.60, and they're good till July of 2022. So I bought some warrants, and I actually own them at 75 cents. This is one of my better trades, actually. The warrants, I think, are traded at 270 or something, so I'm up $2 or something on those warrants. It's pretty good.
All right, next ticker.
Okay, well, I'm into Bitcoin, and this is where I'm making most of my money right now. Definitely Bitcoin, and it keeps going up. And there's lots of reasons why it's going up, and you guys can figure it out all for yourself. I'm not going to tell you why it's going up. But, there's a lot of institutional investment, and, there's a huge amount of money flowing into this sector.
Didn't your friend buy $1.5 billion the other day? Elon Musk?
Yeah, Tesla. Yeah, he's just the latest one. Square's bought it. Like, there's a lot of companies that are holding Bitcoin in their treasuries. It's crazy. Mm-hmm. This is definitely having an institutional investment and corporate adoption. So there's two things going on, too. It's not just one or the other. But yeah, okay, so I got a little penny stock for you.
Sure.
This one's probably going to be a 10x or two, and I'm a little bit sad. It kind of jumped up on me the other day, but so it's gone up quite. Actually, it was up 100% today.
All right, what's the ticker?
I've been promoting it for the last at least about 6 weeks or so. But they're big. Well, they announced that they're doing a little bit of mining, so but not a lot. They got some miners on the way, so they'll be doing a little bit of that for cash flow, which is always good. But more importantly with this stock, which is going to make this thing really go, is the fact that they own option in this company called Arcology.
Okay.
That is building a blockchain network that's going to rival Ethereum, and it's been nicknamed Ethereum 2.0. So I think they did the test. They ran the test net of it, and they've done a successful test net 2.0.
What's the ticker? Is it Roadman?
This one's Code. CODE.
Yeah, I got this one.
.ca. Yeah, you should have this one. It's a good one. And this just an example is this network can do 33,000 transactions per second, and that's I think it's more than twice as fast as Ethereum can do right now. So this is next generation blockchain we're talking about. When the internet revolution happened, it wasn't that first wave of companies that succeeded. It was the second waves that improved upon everything, right? Mm-hmm. So the idea is great, but some of these cryptos as real transactional or useful as every day with mass adoption is just not practical, a lot of them. So this company, the Arcology, they solve a lot of the problems that the cryptos present today. So this company could actually have one of the main cryptocurrencies that's well, it's at least in North America or adopted among anybody who would see Bitcoin as their digital asset. So it's transactional, so you can use it to buy to pay a coffee at Tim Hortons. It's Canada.
I did really well. I checked my portfolio.
So this is and what happened, why it's up so much is they put their code onto GitHub. So everybody looked at it on GitHub and went fucking crazy. It went crazy over it, and and it's up 100% the next day.
Yeah.
So if you don't believe me about this stock, just go look it up on GitHub and see what people are saying about it.
Yeah. Well, I think I picked mine up at 25 or 26 cents.
Wow, that's a good buy then for you, because I think it closed at 73 today.
Yeah, you told me to buy it way back.
Yeah, I know. I don't. Yeah, those these stocks usually go up. They never really go down.
Yeah.
Especially and right now the environment is penny stocks. Like everybody's out on the risk curve, so this is definitely where you should be. You're not holding on to like those blue chips right now. That's for sure.
Right.
So yeah, code I love because basically they got Ethereum 2.0, and that's really all you got to remember is Ethereum 2.0. This thing is. What's Ethereum? That's the second most popular freaking crypto out there. Mm-hmm. So this could be just like that. And, that's why the stock was double today. Because they put everything up on GitHub for everyone to review and see. Okay. So you got to have, if you're into the Bitcoin, you definitely have to have a Bitcoin miner, right? And everybody's into Riot or Mara or even BTB, or Bit Digital, or even Hive. I got this one today. It's called Bitfarms. It's BITF.V, and it was actually quite a bit. It was up quite a bit today.
Yeah, you know what? I sold my Bitfarmers at $4.
Yeah, you really?
Yeah, I sold it at $4. I don't know if you remember. I picked it up
$6 today. That, Mike, is going to be, if Bitcoin goes to 100 grand. In 5 years from now, that's going to be the biggest Bitcoin miner on the planet. I'm not joking. They've secured more power agreements than anybody. They got over 200 megawatts of power in Quebec, and Quebec's got cheap hydroelectric, so it's pretty green. And then they've secured another 200 megawatts of power for expansion and growth in South America at a really cheap rate of 2 cents a kilowatt. So these guys have a massive runway to build off when it comes to access to power. And you hear about the Texas power crunch and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Nobody can get excess power these days. And in Iran, they mine a lot of Bitcoin there. They had a power crunch, and the Bitcoin miners were the first to go off.
Right.
Because they consume a lot of electricity. To mine Bitcoin. That's the one downside. And, we're going to try and solve that with the next stock pick. But for now, Bitfarms is ultimately the biggest growth story when it comes to Bitcoin miners. And, the market cap it's not cheap. It's like 700 or 800 million or something like that. I can't see it right now. But that company's market cap it's going to be the Gold Corp of Bitcoin if you get that.
Right.
Like, going to be the Gold Corp of Bitcoin. So I can't have a better analogy than that, really. They're the biggest. They're going to have, and they raised, nobody else in the industry raised $80 million. So they raised $80 million with U.S. investors. So they have a lot with 3 different houses. So they have a lot of different exposure in the U.S. And, if anything, I think this stock is going to have a trajectory like no other. And, it was lagging there for a little bit. Like, it was sucking there. But once it broke out today, and today it broke out, this thing looks like it's really going to go. And,
you know what? It breaks my heart. I sold this damn thing. I bought it at I bought it way back. When did I buy this thing? Bought it when it came to my store. I bought it around, I think it was like $1.76, maybe $2. Sold it at $4, right?
Yeah.
But then I put that money into Naked, and then I made my money back in Naked too, right? So it's not like I didn't, I'm not, I'm not, you know what I mean, right?
It sucks when you sell something and then go lose money in something else. That's what sucks, right?
That's what sucks. That's right.
I sold my Hut warrants at $2, and the warrants went to, I think they're trading at $8 now or something like that. So
all of us do that.
Yeah. But, as long as you make money with your next trade, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
So yeah, anyways, Bitfarms is awesome. Like, and I guess they're also, aside from costs, I think their cost is $7,500 a Bitcoin or something. So Bitcoin's at like 52,000 US today. So you're looking at an incredible, like, not only do they have the biggest growth strategy, but right now, with the current operations, they're actually the lowest cost miner out there as well. So that's a pretty good combo, I think. So okay. I really love Bitfarms. I'm probably in love with this stock too. So, even when I see better opportunities, I might still hold on to Bitfarms because I've got that kind of psychology with a stock already.
Okay,
But
give me a second here. Give me a second here. Hold on.
Good. It continue to be a pretty good wealth generator.
Okay,
Yeah.
BITF.V, there is the ticker. And Bitfarms, a blockchain infrastructure company, mines for cryptocurrency coins in North America. It operates through a Backbone and a Volta segments. The Backbone segment owns and operates server farms comprising computers that primarily validates transactions on the Bitcoin blockchain and earning cryptocurrency from block rewards and transaction fees. So there it is. The ticker is BITF.V. Guys, channel disclaimer. Remember, we don't give financial advice. We can't read. And we recommend that you get professional advice before making any risky. These are very risky. This is, you know what I'm saying? So make sure you talk to a professional before making any investments. Do not take any advice we're going to give you here today. We cannot read and we do not know anything. And this video should not be viewed by anyone ever. Okay, continue.
I definitely can't read. I can barely write. So this last pick is my best, and right now I got, probably a third of my whole entire trading portfolio in this one stock. So
I got a big position in this next stock. I know what it's going to be.
I have a massive position. It's called Link Global Technologies, and it's LNK. .ca, again, CNSX. I love these CNSX stocks. I think they're pretty cool because, they haven't been rolled back freaking 5 times. So that makes them actually a lot of fun. There's a lot of new money in them and not a lot of old money.
Yep, there it is right there. I have a massive position in this stock myself. And
Okay. Well, let's get to the minute. This is another miner, another Bitcoin miner. Well, and they also host. So they do kind of both because they have a massive growth profile as well. And this, there's one problem with Bitcoin that, it's hard, is it's not very green. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it does consume a lot of electricity, and at some point, that's a problem. So this company has found the most unique solution, and especially in a place like Alberta, this is actually a very good solution for them. They it certainly won't take up all their natural gas, but, it will definitely help. Anyways, what this company does is they basically set up a mobile Bitcoin mining operation beside an unused natural gas well. So they order a generator, they get a contract with a natural gas company, and then they set up right beside the natural gas well and start mining Bitcoins right there. And really, that's probably as freaking ingenious as it gets because because you don't there's no they're venting the natural gas anyways, and it's not used. And in Alberta especially, there's a lot of discoveries that are virtually landlocked. So even when you see natural gas at $2 or $3, these companies are paying people to take it from them.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a pretty good energy, a place to get energy to mine Bitcoin. And it certainly is pretty green. And what I like about it even more than it being green is that there's a massive expansion potential here, because all you're limited to is the natural gas wells that you can find to hook up your Bitcoin miners to. And hydroelectric, it's green for sure, but you can't just go out and build another hydroelectric plant.
Mm-hmm.
So this is actually, I think, a revolutionary type of, or maybe even disruptive type of idea within the Bitcoin mining industry. So right now they have secured 60 megawatts of power. They currently mine about 8.5 megawatts of their own self-mining and the hosting. Mm-hmm. And they and they just ordered, they're in the process of installing another 40 megawatts worth of generators. So the stock is really at the inflection point where they're growing like exponentially, So they'll have, they've secured 60 megawatts of gas power, but they'll have operational 50 megawatts worth of generators. And they've already signed up Digital, BTBT, which is a NASDAQ company, and they're sending over 1,000 of their miners to Link's site, and they're gonna and here, this is the best part of it. Because they can grow so much, they're self-mining, but they might as well just sign up anybody they can get, who can't find the power, who has the miners. And so that's exactly what they're doing. And so Bit Digital has sent their miners over there, and they're paying for their power, so they're selling the power to them, and they're also getting a profit-sharing agreement with them. So this goes beyond anything I've ever seen. Is they're getting, I think they announced something like 15 to 20% profit sharing. So every Bitcoin BT mines with those miners, they're not only selling them power, but they're getting a 20% cut. That's crazy. And this company right now, well, it was a 34 million market cap company, but it's a little bit more than that now. It's probably maybe 40. Or 50. Because it's gone up recently. It closed at $1.20. And that's the exciting thing about this one is it's broken out too. It just broke out today. And so it really looks like it's about to receive a new valuation. And where that is, I don't know. But, they're probably going to want to throw some money at this, some institutions at some point. But hopefully it's a lot higher than where it is today. So, I don't know. I don't like saying stock prices. But, this one really looks like it has some potential because its near-term competitors, when you go to the second-tier miners, is DigiHost and DMGI Blockchain Solutions, which was one of my original picks back in November when it was 10 cents. And that's the first thing that was my first trade, actually. And DMGI is a 300 million market cap company today, I think. And DigiHost, I think, is about 100 or 125, and they have DMGI has about 80 megawatts of power, and DigiHost has 60 megawatts of power. So its peers, like it's half its next peer, and they have a massive runway of growth ahead of them. So I expect, and they also solve a solution, in the Bitcoin mining industry. And so that, makes me excited. It doesn't make me feel guilty. I always felt a little bit guilty about investing in oil and gas stocks. But, a company that's actually solving an environmental problem while mining Bitcoin, that sounds pretty good to me. And, it helps alleviate some of my conscience of the energy that the Bitcoin mining actually takes.
So the ticker is lnk.cn, lnk.ca. CN company profile. Link Global Technologies Inc. provides infrastructure for cryptocurrency mining and data center technology. The company was formerly known as Link Blockchain Technologies Inc. and changed its name to Link Global Technologies Inc. in September 2018. It's headquartered in downtown Vancouver. It's on Pender Street. That's where my store was in downtown Vancouver on Pender Street when I had my business in downtown Vancouver.
Good old Vancouver.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So that's
those
really
Vancouver companies. Sometimes they can go to the moon.
Yeah.
Anyways,
well, it's up 16 cents. You called me today when after the market closed. No, it was an hour after the market closed. You called me up and then you told me, "Hey, man, do you still have LNK?" I'm like, "Yeah, of course I have LNK."
It's like, look what this stock's done today.
Yeah, I was shocked. I was, oh my God. But you know what the funny part is? I don't know if with this show, we talk about these stocks and then 3 weeks later, it's either on the news somewhere else or other channels are covering it a couple of weeks down the road.
Well, let's hope that's just the case because, Link is undiscovered. That company nobody really knows about. So, and I think it's just because you don't usually find Bitcoin miners on the CNSX. So that's one of the reasons why it's kind of undiscovered is because it is on, one of the junior exchanges. And so, but yeah, this thing, this one's going to explode. So yeah, those are my top 5 picks. And thanks for listening to me. Thanks for having me on, Mike.
Hold on. Where are you going? You're not going anywhere.
Oh, I'm not going. Okay, I can stay here.
I just want to plug your website one more time. Hold on. Don't panic. Nobody panic. Let me go back to your website. Let me go here to your website.
Beat the Market Stock Picks.
So Beat the Market Stock Tips. Can people sign up for this thing?
Stock Picks. Yeah, I have a newsletter. It's free. You can sign up to it. It's kind of fun. Sometimes I don't, sometimes I'm not super regular though. So, but, Yeah, usually the picks in the newsletter do pretty well. They usually almost all do pretty well. And
Well,
it's
I've
definitely
done.
the time of that cyclical time of investing where it seems like all the little penny stocks have come to life. And so yeah, it's a really good time to ride the momentum. That's for sure.
Well, let me tell you something. Ever since I've met you, I think I've my growth has been exponential because of a lot of the tips you've given me, right? So I'm very grateful to that you come by and check on me every once in a while, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
so
Well, you got me on your show here, so I don't think I've ever been on a show. I've been in the industry for 15 years. I had a blog on Stockhouse. It was the most popular blog called The Western Investor. And then I had to say, I just came out of retirement. I was just semi-retired for a few years. Now I'm back out. After the pot phase, I got a little burnt out after that. So I took a few years off. But yeah, I moved up here to Merritt with my horse.
woo!
And
You
yeah,
got a nice horse. You got a nice piece of land. You pretty much could live off grid if you really want.
yeah, I could live off grid up here. Well, and I swear I'm gonna find some gold in my creek one day too. So
Yeah, you know what? I want to take the kids up there one day in the summer to go panning.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm actually gonna set up a little panning operation up here because West Haven's claimed. I don't know if you know that gold company or not, WHN.V, but their claims actually come right up to the back of my property. So that's kind of pretty cool. Actually, I can go off the back of my property and keep my eyes glued to the freaking ground, and maybe I'll find a gold nugget. Hasn't happened yet, but there's always a dream. You
Yeah.
know?
All right.
But, yeah, definitely. I'm gonna be panning my creek though, because it seems like there's definitely some gold in this area.
Okay. Well, I'll be there. I'll be up there in the summer again with the kids to see if we could
Yeah, you can come anytime. It's a
And-
great place.
check it out. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, CJ. Thanks so much for coming on. We'll be seeing you. I'll probably see you tomorrow.
Probably.
Take care. Bye.
Take care. Bye.
All right, so that's CJ. He's been really good to me. He's been coming into my store every other day, calling me, hey, did you check this stock? Hey, did you look? So I've been really, really, and then, we talk about housing. I mean, we've been talking about housing on the show. So let's go over some of the articles we went over. We talk everything financial now. If oil, we're going to get an oil expert on. We're going to get a penny stock expert on. Peter Leeds is going to come on the show. Peter Leeds, the king of the penny stock, is going to come on the show and give us his tidbits of information. I'm going to be promoting his book, Up Thinking. I got that. I'm almost done reading it on PDF. That's a good book. So I'm going to be giving away free copies of his book on here. Also, we're going to have him on the penny stock, discussing the power of the penny stock on here on Commonwealth for Common Folks. CJ is really good. CJ's been good. You know why? It's because I made money off of his picks. Plain and simple. No debates, no discussion, no BS. Right? I just wish I held on to some of them a little longer. So now with the that last one that we did here, LNK Link, I'm just gonna just walk away from the stock. I put a bit of money into it. I'm just gonna walk right away from the stock. I'm not gonna get all fidgety and start selling off some. I'm just gonna leave it alone. Yeah. So anyways, not only that, he's done very well for himself in the market. So, I just wish a lot of the picks he's given me, I just wish that I've held them longer. That's all. Like, I still have Code. I still have Bitfarmers. No, I sold my Bitfarmers at $4. I'm so hitting myself in the head. But we always get into that, right? We always get into those positions where we feel like we should sell and buy something else because you feel something might outperform something else. And we ended up... you end up hitting yourself in the head. So anyways, guys, share this video. We got nobody watching this. And then 2 weeks, 3 weeks later, everyone's going to be talking about this stocks on their channel. They're going to get all these great reviews and how they were the first. So guys, remember you saw it here first on Commonwealth for Common Folks. So here it is, a link. So this is the ones we covered today, lnk.cn. Let's see if I could back into them. Bitfarmers. bitf.v, and Codebase. I got this one. This one went up. This one almost doubled today. Codebase Ventures, code.cn. Remember what he said. That one right there is the next code, is the next Ethereum 2.0. So don't forget that, guys. Do not forget that, guys. You heard it here first. Thanks to our friend CJ with the tips. Next week, we bring someone on for oil. Then the week after, we bring on someone. We had Dominic on, was bringing on the energy sector, talking about natural gas, oils, all kinds of stuff, talking about Rolls-Royce, right? We need to pick up different angles. We need to look at all the markets and look at where we could look at to potentially make green. This guy's made money. I've made money on his picks. Plain and simple. So the comments are going. All right, let's see who we could get on the show. Ralphie is saying, Mike, I'm going to recast your show in 15 minutes live as a radio podcast today. You'll hear yourself on the main page. Great if anyone is driving in listening. So, guys, I'm going to give you the link to Ralphie's radio show. It's over here, copy. So you guys could go ahead and listen. There it is, 24/7 live radio. So I'm going to actually start plugging this on a regular basis for Ralphie. So you could chime into his radio show. There it is right there. If you're driving, you're out at a party, save this, bookmark this if you're driving around, so you could pick up the Ralphie radio station there out of New Zealand, who rebroadcasts the Mike in the Night content there. Let's give a winner here. Win. That's it. Win. Where's Charlie Sheen? All right. Let's see who we got here. Who do we got here that could talk business with us? Who is out there that could talk? Wait. Let me see if Tristan picks up the phone. Tristan was telling me something earlier in the comments. Let's see if he picks up his phone. Something's happening with mortgages in New Zealand. It's actually a big deal. So you guys are going to have to want to hear what he has to say about that. Let's see if he picks up. I don't think he's going to be picking up here. Hey, Tristan, how are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. I just want to do a quick plug. Guys, don't forget green tea for freedom and truth. Guys, don't forget to check them out. Tristan, what's going on? You said 40 points down for a mortgage? New Zealand?
All of the banks are lifting. I think that's if you're an investor, it's 40 points. If you're buying an investment property, you need to put down. Some banks are going to 40 points, but for a home buyer, it's between 15 and 20 if you're buying your own home, and that's up from like 5 and 10% they were down at. So it's almost doubled the deposit required for a home, like a live-in homeowner.
Right. So basically non-investors. So investors need to put down 40 points. I know the banks are severely over-leveraged and they can use that 40%.
Yeah. Because it previously, years ago, it was up high and then it just dropped down into these kind of 5% and 10%. I don't know what it was for investors, but it was a lot lower. But now that the housing crisis is getting worse and worse, they're making some changes.
Yeah, because I mean, you can't get into anything in any city there, in any major city in New Zealand, without a minimum $1 million.
Yeah. And in my small town, 700,000 average house price for a 3-bedroom. Fixer upper almost. It's crazy.
Right, and this is not even pesos. This is like New Zealand dollars. So like it's very expensive, especially when wages are nowhere near. Wages are nowhere near what the cost of living is.
Yeah, it's completely, especially in the regions. I heard you talking about it earlier on your show that the wages are just staying fairly static, but the house prices, the rate of an annual income to the house prices, I know it's in the teens in some big cities, 12 times the average wage to buy a house. What is it in some of the big cities over there?
Well, in Toronto, last time we checked, Better Dwelling was reporting it at 24 years to save up for a down payment.
Yeah.
And in Vancouver was 19 years to save up for a down payment.
Yeah, that's
So it's like you get out of high school. You get out of high school, and your dad says, "Okay, son, you're going to go to work now, and in 24 years or 30 years, you'll afford to put a down payment on a house."
Yeah, and get a $500,000-$600,000 mortgage to weigh you down for the rest of your life.
Yeah, it's disgusting. It's disgusting where it's headed, and it's guys, here's the channel here. Green Tea, Freedom and Truth, guys. I'm going to put the link in the comments there. Don't forget to subscribe to him. He brings up a lot of good articles. And guys, you know what? Hear me out on this one. It won't be a couple of months, maybe a half a year. Well, you'll start seeing Canada follow in suit, Australia follow in suit, where they're going to require X amount percentage down now because housing is becoming more and more of a riskier investment.
How much do you require now in Canada to buy a house?
I think it's 25 points.
Oh yeah, that's pretty high.
Yeah, so like the house we saw for $8 million, you commented on it. Remember that house that was worth $240,000 and it's selling for $8 million?
Mm-hmm.
So you need to put down 10% of that would be what, $800,000?
Yeah. Loose change.
Yeah, 800 large. The problem is wages are nowhere near where they need to be. That's the problem we're living in right now, is that this is a modern day slavery is what it is.
Yeah. And every time, like our minimum wage here is at that kind of $19, around that. It's heading towards $20.
Okay, Linny Poo's correcting us and saying you only need 5% down to buy a house. I thought they raised it. I thought they raised it. I remember them raising it because
some banks have raised it. You are correct. There is raise. Some banks may have stayed low, but there is a lot of banks that have put theirs up.
5% down. So on $1 million, you got to put down 50 large.
Is that in New Zealand or Canada?
That's Canada, she's saying.
Okay. Yeah, I know in New Zealand it's gone up. What you reported it earlier. Yeah. And did you see, I sent a photo to you of, and there's a company called Container Homes.
That's right. I wanted you to come on the show and tell us about that.
Yeah. So there was a section for sale just down from where I live, and they are turning shipping containers, the big steel containers, they are putting windows and fitting them out, and then they can interlock them together and build them in different so
guys, here's a picture of it right now. So it looks like it needs just some exterior paint. It looks like it's got windows and it's got its own siding on it, and it looks like they put it up on they hitched it up on this raised area to give you not underground but parking below.
Yep. So New Zealand's getting, because of the housing crisis, New Zealand at the moment is relocatable houses, prefabricated houses that are built in a workshop and then can be trucked to a site, container homes, camper vans. There's people sleeping in cars. There's a high rate of homelessness. But these are more affordable types of housing, which, I wouldn't personally want to live in a shipping container that's painted black. And they look nice. They do look nice, and they are fitted out nicely. But
I think it's black because it absorbs the sun. So in the winter, the building stays warmer, I guess. I'm just throwing that out there. I don't know if that's true, but the black attracts the sun, or sun is attracted or heats up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you could be right. And it's modern. A lot of houses in New Zealand are painted black or dark grey. It doesn't last long. The paint fades. But a lot of motorhomes, a lot of camper vans. There's a lot of people sleeping in cars, and people are turning shipping containers into houses for cheap housing, because the crisis is that bad here.
I know there's a lot of people sleeping in vehicles. I know there's been a lot of people in New Zealand sleeping in cars. We covered that over the last 5 years with the amount of people sleeping rough. And this was all before COVID, too. Everyone's saying COVID. This has nothing to do with COVID. This was happening before COVID, right? And that's what we have to wake up the masses to. Mm-hmm. So here's the shipping containers right here. It looks like there's 2 different homes. Is this 2 homes? Because it looks like they're separate. They're detached.
That place is the container home show home. So they've got 2 containers put together, and on the other side they've built out a deck and like a veranda, a porch where you can go, and then they've got a cover over that. Then they've got an office building for clients to come and view, and then they've got a little office. They've got three buildings on the section. It's a prime section.
How much do these things range?
I do not know that.
All right. Well, if you could find out for us, maybe you should go there and just say, hey, I know a guy who knows a guy who does something on YouTube and he wants to talk about these homes, right? And it'd be nice to get a price figure because I'll have people emailing me and asking me the price on these. So I'm not going to say anything either because I don't know. Because like to have something like this, let's say in Montana, you could have something like this for under $60,000, like everything with the land. But in New Zealand, that could be $5 million. So I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
I know that section, that piece of land, because I was looking at it. Mm-hmm. That went for $350,000 for the land, for the grass.
I could get you 50 acres of land in a good area in Oklahoma for less than that. Like a quarter of that, with a river going through it. Yeah, I could.
Every time you show those American houses, those really great houses for prices that things have to change. Things really have to change. And in New Zealand, we get all of we have these the people can come in with wealth, and it's seen as a way to bring wealth into the country and lift the country up, but like listening to your channel, I've really come to realize that those wealthy, rich people coming in are driving up the cost for the locals because most people aren't earning that.
Come on, T, you don't have $2 million to launder through real estate?
No. I don't know if I'd launder it through real estate if I had $2 million sitting in the bank. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't be into the bank. I had a question for you. I have a question. If you, just say I've got some money and I want to invest in the stock market. I've never been in the stock market. I have invested in real estate before and a few other things. But how would you advise a new person? Because listening to your show, your experience with stocks, a lot of your people that come in and talk are stock people. I'm not a stock person.
Yet.
Yeah. What would be your way to get into the market with the fact that our banks don't do the stock type setup that your bank? I know you do it through your bank.
Well, go find a bank in New Zealand. I'm pretty sure quite a few of them do have direct investing that you could transfer your money into a direct investing account, and then that allows you the freedom to purchase whatever stock tickers you want. And when you set up your account, you're going to tell them that you don't want to just buy on the NZX, the New Zealand Stock Exchange. Tell them you want to buy stuff from Australia, you want to buy from Canada, and you want to be able to purchase stock in the US.
Okay.
You go to every bank until one tells you, yeah, you could do that here, but it's $10 a trade. Just take it. I pay $10 a trade. I don't care. People are like, oh, you pay so much for a trade. I don't care. Because it's through the bank, it's regulated. I'm not worried. Like some robbing the hood. Remember Robin Hood, where they don't do that stuff. So robbing the hood is all kinds of stuff going on with those shifty free trading platforms. So be careful with that. You know what I'm saying? And then I recommend you to read the first book that I read was Stock Trading for Dummies. It's I think 105 pages long. And I think you should read Stock Trading, Understanding Stock Trading for Dummies. I think you can find the PDF now for free. And just read the PDF so you can understand the difference between what a dividend is, what an ETF does, to understand volume, understanding different charts, reading different. Then once you get to that, then I recommend that you start up a Yahoo Finance thing that I open here, and then create on Yahoo Finance for free a watch list. So if you want, you go ahead and create a watch list with the tickers that we brought up today on Yahoo Finance for free, and you can look at it on your phone too, or any device, and see where the stocks are at during the day, and you can kind of feel out the markets and see what we're talking about. And then after a couple of months, you could go ahead and start maybe dabbling a bit here and there, because you've gotten used to watching the markets and the trends. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's my recommendation. But make sure you get a free portfolio. It's free. You're not putting real money into it on Yahoo Finance, and that will allow you to kind of move stuff around and see where you are. Like, for example, you put 1,000 fake dollars into TEL or in Sundial, 1,000 fake dollars. You could do that, and it actually gauges for you where you'd be at.
Yeah.
And then this way you give yourself a little bit of a leeway to understand the basics, and that's what I recommend for you to do. And then then you go ahead and start going in with real money when you're ready and you understand and you understand how to put a put position or a short. You understand, so you got to understand this thing. So pick up Stock Investing for Dummies. It's not even 100 pages, and that really goes into in-depth, real quick, what you need to know, what to understand. Don't get too much into the whole bonds thing, because you're just going to get lost. Next week, we got Uneducated Economist coming on the show that's going to unpack bonds for us here on the show.
Very good, very good. And how much time do you spend in an average day, week, monitoring and putting time into your stock investments, your picks, and your where you're putting your money, when to put it in, when to take it out? How much time?
You know what? To be honest with you, it's on mine. It's on me. Sometimes 8 hours a week, sometimes 3.
Okay.
Yeah. Usually,
Yeah.
when I get some good finds, I don't have to worry and watch it, because I have Yahoo Finance in my pocket on my phone.
Yeah.
I open my Yahoo Finance. I don't need to log into the bank. Oh, I'm up. So Buddy called me today to let me know I was busy at the store with customers. I didn't have time to go and trade stock today, but I still managed to get some information, right? So it's on you, right? And how comfortable you feel.
Yeah. So there's different levels to how far and how much time you want to put into it. Because I can imagine some people spend a lot of time, and some people, they don't put in much time to it.
Right, it's not much time. I mean, you listen to our tips that we talk about other channels talking to, right? But usually a couple of weeks down the road, these channels will pick up the tickers we're picking up a couple of weeks down the road. We had a stock trader on the show a few weeks back on the trade, from the works on in Wall Street, and he was telling us, for some reason, every time you talk about specific stocks here, 3 weeks later, it's on the news somewhere else.
Yeah, why is that? Is it just because they have the heads up on what's going to be doing well or doing badly?
No, doing well usually. We're always looking to do well, right? Especially with our devoted subscribers on this channel. I want to make sure we could give them all the information they need and equip them with what they need to get to the next level of their wealth platform. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I've been learning a lot just listening to the stocks information and people sharing. It's been good.
Yeah, that's how it starts. Just find the PDF, like I said, Stock Trading for Dummies, and then I think there's several volumes of it, but just find something more recent. And Hitting Stacks put up something, says, Mike Martins, how long do you need to learn before putting money into stocks? You know what? It's not about learning, it's about feeling. I know this sounds weird. It's about going on feel, and it's about following the trends and understanding where things are headed in the markets. Like, I made a video, it's up, you could see it. I don't know if you remember this. I don't even think, you were subscribed to my channel then, but I had a video I put up in the middle of summer that I bought a bunch of airline stock.
Yeah, I did see that.
I made the video the day I bought all that stock with Air Canada, American Airlines, and then I sold it 3.5 months down the road. I almost tripled my money. right? So
Yeah. I couldn't say with the way the airlines were just like not flying and losing money hand over fist. I was wondering why you would invest in airlines at that seemingly time that is most challenging for airlines.
I did, because you know why?
Yeah.
I was watching the restructuring happening. And once they restructure, they start cutting down costs and the shareholders get paid.
Okay, yeah, they lay people off and they can get more efficient in how they're operating.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
Yeah.
that's yep, there we go. And Mike, did you hear that we have been this week in a lockdown? Auckland was put into a lockdown
Oh,
for 3 cases.
congratulations!
Yeah, thank you.
Congratulations! You guys are in a
disaster.
lockdown. What did somebody, was somebody's nose running somewhere and coughed?
Yeah, it was at a high school.
Oh.
One of my old high schools, Papatoetoe High School in Auckland, and they locked a snap lockdown of almost 2 million people for
How many million?
only cases. There's 1.7 million, I believe, people that live in Auckland. Like a third of New Zealand's population lives in Auckland.
Holy crap. And they shut that snap down.
Yeah, on a Sunday, I was out for a Valentine's dinner, and on Sunday during the dinner, we get these alert messages. It's like this harsh beep comes to everyone's phone going into a lockdown. Auckland in a lockdown, and the military checkpoints, you can't go in and out.
Military checkpoints.
Police and military.
Madonna
cannot
mia.
go. Yeah. I think you've had border closures in Canada, right? You can't go interstate. Or,
I could go to China.
of course, yeah.
I could go to China. China is open. I could go to China.
Yeah. So Auckland was locked down. The whole country, even the South Island, went into a level 2 lockdown.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but it was only for 3 days because I don't know. I don't know why it was 3 days, but we can't have gatherings of over 100 people where I'm at, and they've now put all the little circles and dots for people to line up going into. And I went to a place this week and they refused to take my cash money because it's dirty, and that's their policy.
Oh, okay, you're going to have to take one step back. Say that again. Somebody refused to take your cash money?
Yeah. So this has happened several times to a place I go regularly. They're run by the council. The local council runs this organisation. The gymnasium, the hot pools, the rock climbing, there's a whole area that the council runs. And when they go to a level 2, they've done it since last year, they have a refusing to take cash policy. And I make a point of always taking cash to exercise my right to keep cash. And they say, hey, we're not taking any cash due to the level 2 restrictions. And I make a formal complaint. I say, hey, look,
What
this
the
is
hell
legal
is level
tender.
2? Why are they making this crap up as they go along? It's like when Hill Dog lost the election in 2016, 2017, when Hill Dog lost the primaries, when she lost against Donald Trump, she was blaming the alt-right. What the hell does that even friggin' mean? Now they're creating names. Oh, level 2, level 3 means this. Level 4, watch out, a snap lockdown. It's like they're creating language, to purposely misguide people into thinking, well, what does this really realistically mean? Somebody got a cough somewhere, and now we're shut down. We shut down the entire city of Auckland.
Hey, Mike, they had a cough and a runny nose. Please, hey, it wasn't just a cough. and no one's ever, these people who are getting it are just cases. They're not, and they get taken to the managed isolation. They're not people that are ill going to, get treatment. They are just a positive case with symptoms or not. No one knows. Yeah.
Okay.
But they're milking it for every piece of power and control they can muster. The government.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's interesting times in Sydney. Victoria had one last week. So.
Our friend Lenny Poo just said something in the comments. Our whole world is a deception.
Linny Poo going deep, diving deep.
Mm?
Yeah. Hey, brother, I've got to go. I'm just finishing up
Go,
some
go.
work.
Go.
Yep. Okay. Hey, great to chat with you.
God bless.
Okay. God bless.
Bye.
Bye.
Guys, that is Tristan. He was on his break there in New Zealand. He was giving us an update on what's going on there with the housing. And those portable homes look really good, actually, for people that are having a tough time making. But $300,000 for the land. That's the problem, man. And people think, oh, that's a great deal, $300,000. No. Okay, let's go to Article Scan. Guys, don't forget to Green Tea for Freedom, Freedom and Truth. Don't forget to subscribe to him. Let's get him to 400 subscribers. Come on, man. Like 351. Let's get him up there. Woo! People are saying I'm not wooing enough on the show. So, yeah, there it goes. So, our glorious leaders in Australia are making last-minute COVID rules. Oh, we got AI calling in. Yo, what's up, dog? Hello?
Hey,
Hey, how you doing, buddy?
how you doing?
I'm doing good. Okay, so did you write down those tickers that you saw earlier in the show?
All of them? Yeah, of course.
Well, in
The
3 weeks,
website
in 3 weeks, it will be on the news everywhere.
I finally- Beat the News. Is that the next company we're gonna make?
No, but you know what I'm saying. It's going to be broadcasted on everywhere else after a couple of weeks.
Yeah, we're beating competition. They're copying us. Well,
Oh.
I got some quick companies. I sent you the one Citadel, not the Citadel that's in the news for tomorrow with GameStop, but this Coin Citadel.
Let me
Okay.
look at it here. Hold on. Don't panic. Okay, give me the ticker.
CCTL.
Okay, Citadel Coin. It's on a pink sheet, right?
It is. Yeah, that's the main reason why I'm buying.
All right, it's at 42 cents. CCTL. Let me just read the description for you guys here and what it does. CCTL is a Coin Citadel, a digital currency and blockchain investment company, focuses on building, operating, and supporting blockchain technologies. The company engages in cryptocurrency mining activities, the development of exchange and mining pool platforms. The company was formerly known as Global New Energy Industries, the Raven Inc., and changed its name to Coin Citadel in November 2014. Coin Citadel was incorporated in 1986, is based in Plattsburgh, New York. Okay, tell us, what do you know about this thing?
Yeah, it's close to Montreal, and they're getting the same deal, 2 cents a kilowatt. They're most importantly is that once they start growing in market cap, they'll be able to get listed. And I think the listing off of OTC onto the NASDAQ will be adding a lot of liquidity, and it'll add to bigger and better prices. So that's the main reason why I'm going for it. I would like to see a conversion on the market cap and the listing and the liquidity that comes with the new listing from the OTC. So that's the main purpose for that one.
Okay, let's look at the last 5 days here. Yeah, it's been climbing the last 5 days. Let's look at the last month. Wow, it's been a massive uptick trajectory. Why don't you tell me about this thing when it was at 7 cents?
Yeah, I did. It moved quick. It's moving quick, but I did try to get it to you. I got it at 2 cents, and the main reason why I'm going for these is because for 5,000 of them, it's only going to cost you. It costs like $200.
Two
So,
bills, yeah, 2 bills.
Yeah, so if it goes to listing on the NASDAQ, it'll go to, it'll start out single digits, and then it'll move. Riot today, I traded Riot. I didn't own enough, and I didn't have enough. That's one thing I regret. I mean, I did trade it. It was green, but I should have had, that was a single digit stock not too long ago. And I think today in the aftermarket, it's in the $80, looking 90 plus maybe soon. Who knows? The main thing is that these institutions or Tesla and these other companies are picking up the currency as a better hedge on the dollar, right? So the MicroStrategy is doing an offering on their stock.
Hold on, give me the ticker. Is this another ticker we're talking about?
Yeah, this is another company. It's
give me the ticker.
MSTR.
Got it. MicroStrategy Incorporated. $941.
And that's after they did an offering so that they can buy more Bitcoins.
$941? This is not even pesos.
Imagine that, right? That's what we're always. I'm calling my other crypto friends, and we're always like, "Do you see this MicroStrategy? Look at the chart for since November."
I'm seeing it here from a year ago. Let's look at the last 5 years. Yeah, it's just been going nowhere for about 4.5 years, and then yeah.
Yeah, and now it's gone higher. So they're cashing out on some stock, and they did some offerings, so that's why you see it spike up, and then they did the offering, and now they're going to use that to buy some more Bitcoin. So another company dumping a few $1 billion in the Bitcoin that's already ran out of product. Like, that's the best part about the coin, is that it's a limited product. So that move, is, I wish
I'm
we
not
had
jumping
it,
on
right?
this one, guys.
I know.
That's in Canadian dollars. That's like $1,200.
Yeah, that's exactly my strat. I'm not buying companies that are like Shopify, because when you buy them, and if you look at Shopify today, that's why the market was down. It got that Canadian e-commerce company that sold off, and it goes anything like Tesla, and it's already up at that price of $800. They did sales off $50. It's going to hit you. And if you could get these penny stocks now while they're cheap.
Give us something else cheap. What do you got cheap there? What do you got in your basket for cheap companies?
I got the treasure trove here. I'm digging in. Let's take a look at this company new. It's right on my chart. It's at 1 penny. It's up 9,000%. Its symbol is WIFT. It's called Wi-Fi TV.
Oh, okay, Wi-Fi TV. It's at 1 penny, guys. Let's take a look at it. There it is, 1 penny. WIFT, Wi-Fi TV Inc. All right, Wi-Fi. They are out of Newport Beach, California. Wi-Fi TV Inc. offers live television channels and other based content through the internet. It provides media content, includes movies, film clips, and electronic books in multiple delivery formats, such as window media player through the website WiFiTV.com. Also, as through related websites of Wi-Fi TV Inc. was formerly known as Cancares Wireless Inc., and it changed its name to Wi-Fi TV Inc. in 2004. So these guys have been around the block a few times. So it's not like they just showed up last week. You know what I'm saying?
And this is, I've been making some green with the FUBO, the FUBO, and that's at 50 or so, whatever the price is currently. It's in the $50 around there. This is 1 penny. So they build a larger subscription. Most of these companies, what they'll do is they'll work out a reselling agreement. Hey, we know you have a cable system and you're broadcasting to an audience. We'll extend your audience and we'll market your product, and we'll sell your TV brand, and we'll get $7 per unit that we sell. So they're looking to gross, just like the Tilray,
yeah,
or any other companies that are reselling products. They have a cost that for that it cost them. They said today in their report that it was $2 for them to make the indoor product, the medical, and they sell it at a $7 to $8 premium, or so they're selling it at $8, and they've changed their strategy to going towards medical. So they got 200% increase in their medical. So when you target, certain things for them to increase their reselling capacity, these companies are going to grow. So that's why the FUBU was it was an expansion story.
Okay, what's the next ticker of FUBU?
Well, I like FUBU. I have the FUBU, but let's do another one. I got let's see. I got also Generac. Oh, it's not a penny stock, but I wanted to go over the Generac and the whole the extension on the
Give us the
weather
ticker
situation. So the GNRC, Generac.
Okay, $355.
Yeah, they're currently up more than 1,000%, and I would say for a couple of years, if you look at the charts, right? Because there's high demand with everything going on with this power grid. They're relying on wind turbines that freeze and they don't work. Well, and what happens? They can't turn on these facilities. It's a waste. You're having these issues with the outage. People go and rush to the stores. They spend $300-$400 or whatever the cost is to buy a Generac. They buy the this is a quiet system. You could put this. I've heard stories of people falling in love with this company, not just the product too. They they talk about the Generac. You can survive anything. If you're a survivalist, this should be the first thing on your list. If you're a prepper and a Canadian prepper, I'm always watching. I love the Alaskan prepper. I was watching him before you brought him on the show. The whole prepper thing. These generators are the most important thing. I mean, how are you gonna, you need to cook. You can't rely on gas all the time. That's one thing. I'll go back to the other small companies. Generac's a beast. That company is going to grow, and it's going to.
It's a best. Yeah, it's a best.
Best. Yeah. So this company is Tide. TIDE.
TIVE.
TIDE. D is in dog. Tide.
Toe price. No, I got the wrong one.
Tidelands. TIDE. This one's a penny.
Tidelands Oil Gas Incorporation.
Yeah. So this one came up. This is something that I would do right now. $200 will get you like 5,000 or maybe 10,000 of these. And the way that oil's going with the shutdowns for a couple of weeks, we're seeing it 61 plus on the oil. You can start seeing a short squeeze in oil, and it can go to $80 real quick. So, market really will accept it, but anything north of $100, you're going to see a really tight squeeze in people's pockets because the price of oil will go higher.
This is a really good pick. It's got a market cap of $4.6 million, which is obviously starting out. I mean, you can't buy a house in Vancouver for that much, but still, And let me see what these guys say. Let's read up here. They are out of San Antonio, Texas. Tidelands Oil and Gas Corporation engages in the development and operation of transportation and storage infrastructure for natural gas in South Texas and the northern Mexican states of Tamaulipas and Nuevo León. It also offers receipt and gas regasification and liquefied natural gas in the offshore waters of Southern California. The company was formerly known as C2 Technologies, Inc. and changed its name to Tidelands Oil and Gas Corporation in November 1998.
Solid. and especially they're in a place that's not operating right now, the prices of oil, like I said, will go higher for a couple weeks.
Well, there is
depending.
a lot of upside to the stock. Let's see the moving average here. Let's see what we got here. 52-week range. Let's see what the 52-week range is. Let's see the last. Yeah, it's definitely taken off. It was sitting at 0.00002 cents. And now it's just above a cent.
Yeah, I've been getting, in on these ones lately, so I prefer them and the ones that are under $10. So the tide came up, especially once you start gaining profit, you have a little bit of cushion, and you can set your stop at whatever you originally bought it at, so that you don't have any exposure, and you just put your market to make only profit and try to protect yourself.
Yep.
I use the stop. I was using a trailing stop today.
Well, I set my sell a good till, because it allows me in my bank account to set it to good till. And I set it until summertime. And what I do is I'd probably sell half that position for 3 or 4 cents, right? And then that would put me back at, you know what I mean? If oil goes to $89 a barrel, you'll see an uptick in a lot of these small companies, because they have the upside to them, right?
Yeah, and I did see. Let's see. So do we went over the Tilray that the Afria and them are going to be the #1 company in the cannabis sector in the world? Mm-hmm. No, we didn't really talk about that, but yeah. So we just did. And
Sundial is a good buy right now.
Sundial is what I call the co-play for the Tilray, because as you see, there's only a limited number of the leaders, and Sundial is kind of up in the race, and the fact that the top 2 merged together,
yeah,
they've gone up in the ranking.
I picked up a bunch of it today too.
It should be a nice entry, like 170, and then hopefully we get this news that's going to be, we're talking about it now, and then we're talking about it north of double digits. That's why I like to see Sundial. Everybody loves it, and it's it's just one thing that these companies are moving on high volume. So as people rush in, the prices will go up, and you just want to kind of wait for it to calm back down and then re-enter them at a reasonable price. So it hit 330 one time, we were talking, and now it's back at 170 now with this merger with Afria and Tilray, and the fact that Tilray had reported 200% international medical sales and an increase in their amount that they get per gram. They're getting $8 a premium per gram compared to last quarter. That's what you want to see. You want to see companies that, if you're selling Mike in the Night t-shirts, we're getting out, a higher premium on those shirts. So we want to see those come through on. And I saw that other company, CRK. I like that one because it's another oil company.
CRK, Comstock Resources?
Yeah, Comstock.
Yeah, 615.
Yeah, 6. Right now that's the single digit one. So the market cap, I guess it's around, what is that, $1 billion?
It's a strong buy right now. By Yahoo Finance is recommending it as a strong buy. It's at 615 right now. Yes, $1.42 billion market cap.
Right. So the market for that grew 40% over the last month. So I think until the end of March, and I'll hold this till the end of March, oil. And I did hedge myself today. I told you I was going to get the TZA, which is it's an index inverted, and I just bought it as a hedge. So I only did a small position on that.
Mm-hmm.
And it was, really small. It's like $100. But I bought the calls on the TZA because it's in like a $4.50 range. That, if it goes to just basing it off of it being a year anniversary from when this all happened,
Mm-hmm.
that
Oh, the
anytime,
Covista.
yeah, anytime over the next 2-3 months, they can I call a strangle move is right. It's like you have to trap them into a box.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not of who's outsmarting who. It's just basically you're taking a neutral position and you're holding both sides. So you're not saying I'm going to excessively, do 200% naked short selling on GameStop because I'm Melvin Capital. No, I'm just saying we be fair. And I'm just saying I'm neutral, but I'm in on both sides. And in whichever way it goes, it goes. And I'm based off of volatility. I want to see, an implied move of maybe 40%, in either direction.
Yeah.
Right. So when I played Tilray for the earnings today, I don't just buy one side. I buy and I hedge. So I buy going long and I buy going short. And as soon as the news comes out, I cover one position and I let the other one ride.
Right.
Right. So
I've done that a few times with Tilray and Sundial myself.
Yeah. Or I'll hold instead of covering my short on Tilray. I'll hold and I'll just hold it as just a protection all the way through. And then whatever those, the greens will just continue and I'll just keep riding this trailing stop.
Yeah.
So those are protection plates. Obviously, most people that are just learning this stuff, these are the main things why you hire people. But if you know them yourself, you don't need to hire them. You can do it yourself. This is typical. It's free. And a lot of my friends, they make millions of dollars doing it. And some of them are, they'll sell courses. But everything we say is free, right? You notice that? I always see the channels and stuff. People are selling courses. I'm like, oh my gosh. But yeah, everything we say is free. And I just I'm not doing this to get anything from it. I did put a donate thing in my channel, but I'm not looking for those. I'm looking to just kind of share what's been shared with me because I have plenty of people I surround myself with that are always telling me this is going to happen pre-situation. And I really believe in them. I have confidence in them. That's why I threw a little money behind. My favorite position, obviously, is the Bitcoin because these hedges you don't have to go what they call YOLO, right? Which is basically you put everything in one position, all your eggs in
No,
one
I never
basket.
do that.
No, you don't want to do that. But you take at least maybe 10% in each one. So if you did, even if you did $100 between the 5 of those penny companies, between Tide, you had.
Yeah, these are for people like I'm gonna put a couple of $100 in each one of these ones you told me. I'm just gonna walk away from them, dude. I don't even care. Put $400 and walk away. And if one of them break through, I mean, you covered your nut and more.
Yeah, I still haven't gotten in some of those yet. So if it ends up taking off, I might go into it. But usually I like to get a good execution at least, so I can scale myself into it. But a lot of my other friends, they'll already buy it before they tell me about it. But those ones, I just seen those a couple of minutes ago. And I really, I think this whole, the oil being shut down is not really factored in yet. I thought it would have been priced in already, but I feel that the amount per barrel is going to be bigger than expected that the oil shutdowns are making. So if there's like 2, 3, 4 million barrels missing from production per day over 2 weeks, that's a large amount of production. We could see, like I said, a short squeeze in oil.
Short squeeze.
But,
okay,
yeah, so
dude, we're winding down to our second hour. We'll have you on again. You're not going anywhere.
Thanks, brother. Yep.
Take care. God bless.
Thanks, brother.
Bye. So that's Market Education. Don't forget to subscribe to his YouTube channel. He's got a YouTube channel there, Market Education. He's in the comments here. If he comments again, I'm going to open. I'm actually subscribed to the guy. I know I'm subscribed to him unless I got unsubscribed. I keep getting unsubscribed to every channel. He's the easiest one to find. There he is right there. Market Education. He's got no emoji or anything on there. There it is right there. Don't forget to subscribe to Market Education, please, if you can. Market Education. Subscribe to his channel. He's almost at, doesn't show how many subscribers. But please subscribe. He's doing some day trading. He's doing some stuff here once in a while. And he's got some really good tips and tricks and things to look at. And all right, guys, we covered quite a bit tonight. I want to thank everybody, but I'm going to go real quick here and do a last channel plug just in case you guys forgot. Guys, don't forget to set your reminders for Mike in the Night. We got Tony from God Rules, who's going through a really bad snowstorm and cold weather there where he's at. Don't forget to set your reminders for next week for Mike in the Night with Tony, God Rules. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram if you can. Don't forget to send me your show tips there. Don't forget to send me your, don't forget to follow me on Facebook if you want. Guys, don't forget to shop Teespring. Art by Dano, not your average art. Check this guy out. He's one of us. He supports the channel, and he's always in the comments, and he comes on the show at least once a month and make an appearance to talk about what is going down in his neck of the woods in California. And don't forget to check out Beat the Market Stock Picks. I'll give you the link for that again. Beat the Market Stock Tips. Check him out. He was on the show earlier, and he was more about the psychedelic stuff. And then we got Ralphie.co.New Zealand. Everybody knows Ralphie on this channel. Check out his channel, and he's got all kinds of Mike in the Night stuff happening, and they're rebroadcasting the show in New Zealand. And yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there for you guys. Guys, I really appreciate the support and everybody coming out tonight. We've got a really low viewership, guys. So make sure when we go live, please, we got D-Man saying thank you. Dano is great, says D-Man. We got Margie saying buenas noches, hasta mañana, hasta luego. We got Papa Piss saying TV rentals was a work back in the day. And then we got the Raven actually putting up, Raven, you know my email address. What are you asking me for? Just call me on Skype. Call me on my phone. The Raven put up a comment here that's extremely important that maybe he might have to cover. He might have to cover on his on next week's show. Where is it? Damn, Raven, where'd you put that comment? It's way up here. Damn. He put a very important comment here in the comments, and I kind of wanted to elaborate on it. It's okay. Not a big deal. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate you guys coming out. I have spoken, and thanks for watching.